Hello, gorgeous Taurus. How are you guys doing? Welcome to your weekly reading with me. We're going to dive straight in. I have my old mic back. I also have my top camera too. So I'm excited to dive in, see what's going on for you guys. So let's get cracking. Let's see what's going on for Taurus during the week ahead. So the 3rd to the 9th of November. What is going on? What messages do you have? Ooh, okay, the Garden and the Gate. That's a nice week for playing it safe. This is a really nice card where it says that you are in a good place right now. All right, I don't know if you can see it or not, but this is about being in a good place. However, she is curious about what else is out there. So sometimes we choose comfort over growth, and that's okay sometimes, right? Don't worry about it because this isn't a bad card. It just suggests that if your curiosity is wanting new things, don't be afraid to take leaps of faith in life, to start over, to start differently. We'll dive in a bit more about what that means for you, but I always say with this one, you might be choosing comfort again over growth. So just pay attention to where you might be doing that in your life. She has the keys to, open this gate and go and figure out what's out there. So maybe this is a really good week to try different things in your routine, right? What works at the moment is working. So that's fine. What you're doing at the moment is working, but you might just be too comfortable that you, are missing the magic of life. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, a leg up suggests that you could be supporting someone or you might be needing support right now. A leg up is about getting a little bit of a boost during this week. What is the key word or theme for this week for Taurus? Judgment. This says, I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges, so releasing judgment during this week is going to be important. And one more for Taurus. Okay, this landing over there specifically with this one. And what does it say? Prayer. Interesting. Right. Well, now what can this mean? Number one, I feel like maybe where you are right now is something that you once prayed for. So it's really important to pay attention to gratitude, of course. And if you do want new things, don't be afraid to ask for it as well, right? Spirit is always there for you whenever you need. So I feel like that's what that is. This is a solar plexus chakra with the yellows going on here, which represents your willpower, your I can affirmation. So don't be afraid of doing more than what you've already done, right? Again, that comfort zone. Don't be afraid to branch out, to want new things. It doesn't mean that where you are is bad, but maybe you are curious about what else is out there and maybe you are changing, right? So what used to be great for you, friends, I don't know how much time you spent doing certain things. Maybe it works, it worked, but maybe you're wanting new things now, and that's okay, right? Release judgment over here, okay? Release judgment. And also just pay attention, because I'm bringing this up because it's important. Pay attention to vanity, only because we spoke a little bit about, there is a bit of judgment here, so it does make sense there, but also with the fact that maybe things look really comfortable for you. Maybe it's a job that doesn't really make you happy, doesn't really help you grow, but it's stable, right? It's comfortable. You might be choosing what makes you look good over what makes you feel good. So I want to say to pay attention to that during this week. Anything else? No. I think that's it. Let's dive into the tarot. I'm just going to see what comes up. What messages do you have for Taurus for the week ahead, the 3rd to the 9th of November? You got Page of Cups, 7 of Wands. Some of you are resisting your feelings. It's time to pay attention to your inner child, because that is likely going to lead you to success. What's interesting here, because it's really interesting, because what they're showing me as well is that in the 7 of Wands, there are 6 wands up against him, and he's got the 1 wand. And I feel like if you just let go of what is this wand to you? I don't know. I wonder if you're being stubborn, and that's such a Taurus trait. I'm going to clarify this so I can see what I'm pulling up here, but I feel almost like success is chasing you and you're the one resisting it, right? You're the one that's saying, no, I'm not ready, or I got something else to do right now, or I don't know what it is for you, but it just feels a little bit like you're resisting success, and maybe even you're resisting your feelings, which could help you give you the truth that's going to lead you towards success. So whatever it is, I feel like this is a really good time again to not push back. Just see what comes up during this week, right? See what messages come up, see what feelings come up, and don't just dismiss them and bat them off. I feel like Spirit trying to tell you something. Let's see. Let's see what they're talking about. All right. Can you explain? Let's start with the Page of Cups because it's here. Why is the Page of Cups here for a message for the week? What is this suggesting? Queen of Swords, honesty, hearing something out. Now, someone could be coming in, right? Sometimes the Page of Cups can be an apology or a heartfelt message. What is this Page of Cups? Is this a message or is this internal? What's the Page of Cups? The Devil energy. Could be a Capricorn. Could definitely be a message coming in. Someone wanting stability and success with you. Could be business, by the way, as well. The Devil doesn't seem great. Just because sometimes it can be about control. We're splitting the categories now. If this is to do with you and in your inner world, the Devil, of course, can be fears, right? And if your emotions are bringing up, that you want more, it's time to listen to that so that you can cut off this Devil, which again can be fears and can be comfort zones. It can be, just doing what feels good in the moment, but not really good for you long term, right? Sometimes this can be addictions and stuff like that, which feels great in a moment when you're doing it, but in the long term scheme of things in life, we're like, I don't want to be doing that for the rest of my life because it's just going to hinder you. So just really pay attention to what's chaining you up. I think that's what your inner child wants you to think about during this week. I don't know if you guys are into that, but that's what I'm hearing, is that your emotional world is needing a little bit of a voice during this week. And the Queen of Swords, it's up to you to give it a voice, okay? Maybe this is a good time to sit down with yourself and to journal, or again, just let it be heard. Put it out there. Speak your mind during this week. And again, maybe even with prayer, it's time to speak with God. It's time to speak with the universe about what it is that you want with no judgment, right? Just get it out there. Get clear about it. What is this Devil energy? The Moon, so suppressed fears and feelings, definitely. Now, if this is someone else, you could definitely be getting a message. We're going into, by the way, Mercury retrograde. I think it's on the 9th. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it is around this time period that Mercury is going retrograde again. So do not be surprised if past people come back. All right. The Moon and the Devil, I don't think this person's good for you. They know it, you know it. Queen of Swords, it's time to cut it out. It's time to place your boundaries. It's not genuine when the Devil is here in the Moon. There are still hidden things. Someone is a toxic person. Even if what they're saying sounds nice and genuine, I just don't feel like it is, okay? Maybe they're genuine in what they want with you, but I just don't think they're capable of giving you what it is that you need. Whether it's a business partner or whatever, I don't like the Devil and the Moon being there. Okay? And the Seven of Wands. Eight of Wands, like I said, this is okay. Whoa, this is what does that represent? Like a bee or a wasp? Anyway, Eight of Wands is my favorite card at the moment and has been for a little few months now. About moving in the right direction. So remember how I was saying it's almost like this is the universe trying to tell you what's going to lead you towards success. The Eight of Wands would also suggest that you're resisting things moving in a flowing way in the right direction. So it almost feels like you're hindering yourself. Can I see why is Taurus resisting? Knight of Wands and the King of Swords. Now the King of Swords being here would suggest that it doesn't feel logical for you to be frivolous, right? The Knight of Wands kind of feels like the opposite. The Knight of Wands would be the adventurous one that wants to go around and experience life and try new things and be optimistic about it. The King of Swords would suggest that this energy is overpowering you right now, meaning that if it's not logical, if it doesn't make sense, in terms of statistics and numbers, then it's cut out. And I feel like that's the resistant part of you. The Knight of Wands, that still feels like you as well. I just feel a little bit like dipping into this energy of experiencing life a little bit more, having more fun is important. So the resistance, what is the resistance? What is the resistance? Queen of Cups. Oh, King of Cups. Now, this can suggest being balanced in terms of your feelings and emotions, of course, but King of Cups and Queen of Cups is a couple. So that could be love, that could be a partnership going on here that could be creating some resistance here of success. And tell me about the Six of Wands, because I feel like That's important. The sun, that's where your happiness lies. There is good news up ahead if you decide to stop resisting and to move with the flow. What is a flow? The Seven of Wands. That's you resisting again. Okay, I'm trying to think of the right question. What exactly is a reason why Taurus might be resisting? The Tower. Is this comfort zone a relationship? Is it convenient friendship or something? Because the Tower, it would make sense that you don't want things to just fall apart in your life, or you don't want distraction. You don't want to get rid of everything you've built. It doesn't have to be a relationship, so don't worry. Relax. It just feels a little bit like you don't want to leave behind this comfort zone. You don't want to come out of the garden just in case the garden isn't there when you come back, right? It's like feeling a bit scared to kind of blow up what you've just built for yourself. What exactly is the Tower card? Ten of Wands. Something that you spent a lot of work doing. So why is Taurus being called for a change? Justice, new contracts, especially financially. There's financial success in your future if you decide to do this. Long-term success, stability. So it doesn't seem like it, but this risk or this change, you might need a leg up in the beginning, right? With that card being here, we've not yet dived into that, but the Six of Wands, it just feels like you are moving towards success, fame, recognition for some, right? Being seen, maybe being in the spotlight a little bit more. Okay. The Empress coming up over this. Don't forget that your abundance is within you, Taurus. It's not just about what's around you. Spirit is making that heavily known right now with the Empress jumping on top of prayer. If you ever feel like you don't have around you an abundance, remember that you have it within you and then ask for it. Because you are abundance itself, you therefore shall receive it. It's like embodying what you desire. You got it on the gate. It's not just being an Empress, or I don't know, being wealthy is not just your material things. You have to be wealthy from within. I don't know. It's just that kind of energy. They just want you to remember this comes from within first. Okay. You're forgetting that. You feel that your worth and your value is kind of with what you've built and the tangible things you got around you. And that's that King of Swords jumping in, saying, if I don't see it, if it's not in front of me, if it's not in the facts and figures, I don't see it. The Knight of Wands. Being more playful with life. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to dive into this relationship just because someone out there might need to hear it. Why is the King and Queen coming up here of Cups? This can be about stubbornness. Okay, so this can be whoever's over here. If you are in a relationship, there may be some disappointments and worries going on at the moment. I do feel like you still have a future together. Don't worry. You guys might need some travel or some movement or need to have a shared vision or goal. But there's some stubbornness going on. And if this relates to you, someone definitely is dealing with their own shadows for sure. Queen of Swords, though, tells me that you need to place boundaries still, right? You can't heal everyone. It's not your job to do so. You can create space for them, but don't lose yourself at the same time, and don't just allow anything to happen, okay? Someone could be coming through with a little bit of an apology. We can try and expand that if we approach it the right way, but this Four of Pentacles, is suggesting there's some stubbornness going on in this connection and holding on to resentments and stuff like that. So we kind of need a deep purging here. Like I said, it's something that you probably need to do together, right? To really kind of have those difficult conversations and not get mad, right? When we start getting mad at each other, it starts making things worse. But if we say, okay, this is a place of no judgment, maybe getting, the leg up could be for this too. Like maybe getting external help, someone to be a mediator, or, I don't know. Because the leg up is also a card about allowing yourself to depend on others, or to kind of, I guess, in a way, to get help from others, even if it's spirit in the universe. But with this connection, if it is one, Queen of Swords, it is hinting that you need to place some boundaries and that you need to allow people to speak. But at the same time, if it does cross a line, make sure that you do advocate for yourself, speak up for yourself, because the devil here and the moon suggest that both sides are holding on to some shadows here. And that's very normal. It's okay. Don't worry. It's common, should I say. I think when we open up and give it a nice space, again, as I said, without judgment, then maybe we are able to deal with it. But I don't know who you're with. And that's why relationships are hard, because it depends on your person, doesn't it? If they're capable of such thing. And with that, I will leave that part up to you to decide. But as I said, the Ten of Pentacles was there. So you can have a long future with this person. It looks stable. Okay. Anything else for Taurus? Two of Wands. This is nice. Like six of Wands and a Two of Wands coming up for this week as well is about when you stop resisting. Okay. Like the Tower, if something needs to fall apart, then it'll fall apart, right? We can at least rebuild it better, right? As long as we're being honest and truthful and that we're moving in the right direction. Okay. What needs to fall apart will fall apart anyway. So the more that you resist, the worse it's going to get. Six of Wands suggests that as soon as you let go of something you've been holding on to or resisting, you see success. You start to feel optimistic about your future. Two of Wands says the world is your oyster now, right? We've just cleared out something that doesn't serve you. And what is that? Two of Pentacles. Procrastination, juggling too much, juggling things that are not yours to carry. Things have been slowing you down. It feels like as you're trying to work on your own thing, there are other things being thrown at you. So it's almost like having to juggle, and I feel like you've not been able to prioritize things that you want to grow. But anyway, and maybe you've just been too busy. Either way, I see success in your future. I think this is a good week to maybe at the end of the week to start planning a bit more and feel more optimistic about your future. But this is saying about success for you. Okay, I hope that has not been confusing. I hope this message made some sense for you, Taurus. If it did, let me know in the comment section. I'd love to hear how this fits in your story and how you guys are doing. But aside from that, make sure you give the video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you wish. But aside from that, I'll see you guys in the next one. All right.